Alright friends, so we are here to continue with our human body knowledge. This is Human Body 2. We're going to be working on the learning target of I can note how systems within the human body are connected. We're going to look at a couple in particular. Throughout this, please remember to pause and rewind as you need, so that way you can have appropriate understanding, and it might be helpful to have something to write on and write with. It might also be helpful to go ahead and have the activity out. All the notes that you will need from this video can be done directly on that activity. It can be found below this video on the Canvas page. Of course, if you want to write it down first, that's cool too. Alright, so let's get going. The first thing we're going to talk about is the different types of human body systems that are involved with our muscles and our movement. The first one is one that we might not necessarily have thought about before, and that's the circulatory system. And the reason that that's still part of this muscle category is because our heart is a muscle, okay? And so that's where it comes from, that heart, from that muscles. And so that's one part of this muscles and movement that we're looking at. And then the next one that we're going to be looking at is the skeletal system. So remember, the skeletal system holds our body upright, allows us to not be just a giant blob on the floor. We have our muscular system, which we know is connected to our skeletal system. That one allows movement. And then we have our nervous system, which transports signals throughout our body, signals and information. All right, so now we know what each of these does individually. We know that they're all connected in a couple ways. The first one is with that idea of muscles and moving. All of these help us muscle and move. Oh, I did it again, friends. Hold on. There we go. All of it helps us move. There we go. I was doing the wrong thing. So all of this help us with muscles and movement. That's one way that they're all connected. All of them have to do with muscles, and it really all helps with moving, right? So the circulatory system pumps blood that allows us to move. The nervous system sends those signals throughout our bodies, that tell us how we should move. And the skeletal and muscular system actually allows that overall movement. They're also all connected because we need all of them to be basically working at the same time for us to be able to move, right? If my heart stops beating, that's going to be a problem. Miss Moon's not going to be able to move. If I suddenly don't have a skeleton, I won't be able to move. If I don't have muscles, I won't be able to move. If my brain is not telling me with my nervous system, like, hey, do this, and sending those signals, then I won't be able to move as well. So all of these work together in order to allow that movement. That's something that they all share. All right, let's take a closer look at two of them, which is the nervous and circulatory system. So we know what they do because we've already talked about that, but something that we've not highlighted that I want us to make sure that we highlight is that both are transport systems. Remember, this is a review from our cells, and we remember that multicellular organisms, remember that they have those specialized cells and that they always have transport systems. Why do they have those transport systems? Because all of the cells within that multicellular organism need to have stuff such as nutrients, wastes, gases, all that sort of thing. So both are transport systems. The circulatory system is transporting those nutrients, so the food, the water, the waste, solid waste again, or carbon dioxide. That gas is being oxygen and carbon dioxide. While the nervous system is transporting signals and information. My body is taking in signals from that information. We talked about how our 5 senses play into that. My brain interprets those signals, and then it sends information back throughout my body to make sure that my body is reacting in the way that we would like it to react. All right, friends, so again, of course, make sure that you have paused and rewind as you need it to get down this information. Remember that you are going to be doing it on that activity. There are additional directions in the yellow direction boxes, and please make sure to turn in your completed activity and make sure that you share it with me. A couple of us have gotten lazy with sharing it. Please make sure that you're sharing it with me so that way I can see it, give you feedback, and we can utilize it on our human body mastery check.